Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and today is Monday, July 8th, 2013. Alright, starting right off and looking at the event calendar for today, there really is nothing going on of any great interest. Same thing goes for Tuesday, but the week finishes out, the last half of the week finishes out with some biggies, and there's a big one right here, FOMC minutes in Uncle Ben speaking. So the end of the week looks pretty interesting. Alright, now let's jump over and take a look at what is going on in the other markets. Asia closed down a bit, well actually quite a bit, and Europe is currently up about the same amount. So I'm not exactly sure how to interpret this. So this could be a pretty interesting day, or a two-sided day as Tom Sosnoff likes to call it, where you can go short if it's the right time of the day and make some money, and you can go long if it's the right time of the day and make some money. And that's really what a two-sided market is. Alright, and another thing that we want to make sure that we do whenever we are thinking about doing a trade is to review our strategy, at least for directional trades, for the spread trades that we do. There's some other ones, like the neutral trades and stuff like that, that I don't review that very often because I don't trade those very often, because they're held longer. So this is for the spread trading or directional trades. So make sure that you read your prayer, I guess you might say, before you start to look for candidates. Alright, so over here in the States, we're looking at a positive opening. At least that's what we're looking for right now. Oil is still well above this $100 mark here, but the gasoline at the pump has been resistant to that to a certain extent. So it's very confusing, but I think a lot of it has to do with refining capacity. And I think that there was a problem with that here a couple of months ago, or maybe a month ago, when gas prices shot up pretty high. Right now, let's take a look at our account, and there's a couple things I want to look at here. Our directional trades are pretty much looking pretty good at the moment, and we'll take a little peek at them when we go through the A+ list. But I have some of these calendars down here, and especially these on the Russell and the SPY, because they are going to be expiring in 2 weeks, and I am seriously thinking of closing the troubled end on them while there's still some money left in them. And I want to take a look at the Spider's double calendar as an example here. Just bring this up here. Okay, so right now, this is, here, let's take a better look at that. This is what it looks like right now. Let me squish this. No, we'll spread it out, actually. Alright, and our expiration is 7/20. So here's our standard deviation here in the brightly highlighted area. And we have this calendar down here at 152, which is this one right here, 152, or short and long, 3 contracts on each one. So we're thinking about closing them. So what are we looking at here? Let's shut off the 163 and just look at the 152, and the 152 is currently down $103. Alright, so it's not down to the max. The max is 254, so it's lost almost half of its value so far. So we're going to want to get rid of that, and I have the trade up here, so if this is the 152 where we would sell it and hopefully collect maybe 54 cents on it, and that would, if we do that, then we're all out of, we are done with that 152, because I just don't think that the probability of it getting down here is very, very slim. As a matter of fact, if we take this and just slide it up to this 152, we're looking at, in reality, a 99% probability that it is not going to get to that price. Okay, so we just hit reset slices here, and the other thing I wanted to look at here, let's turn the one on that is making money here, and that's the 163 right here. So if we're left with just that one and price wiggles around here, we can still make some pretty decent money, as indicated, you know, by the red line, which, look at the price over here, and you can see that even though we're going to take maybe $100 hit or so on the one that we're selling, the 152, we have a good possibility of making some decent change on this one. And if we look here at the probability, we actually have, you know, a pretty good chance of over 50% of being profitable on that, almost pretty close to 70%. So that, or 60%, 60%, let's say 25, 45, 50, yeah, about 60% probability of making some money. And if we could make our $100 back, we would have a target here of, if we were to sell this, we would sell it for $1.46 down here. This is the 163 that I have queued up, and if we could get this up to $2.46, then we would be profitable, or at least make up for our loss and not have that insurance policy and then actually collect your premium back when you cancel the policy. Is a pretty good deal if you can do that. And with Ben speaking, God only knows what will happen. So I may wait until after he speaks. No, I'm going to do this one today. So the same story here on the Russell, where I have this double calendar here, and if I was to shut off the 905, let me shut that one off, and just look at this from the perspective of the 970, well, we're actually at peak profit even at expiration right now. Are we going to move back down? I don't know. But I'm definitely going to close these 905s as well. I want to see here. I just highlight it. And 905, and I need an August. There we go, 905, and then right click and say Analyze Closing Trade, and we'll get we'll be able to get back $3.20. I think I paid, I don't know what I paid for it. I have to look it up, but we would get some of it back here, rather than just let that go to waste. Let's try to save a little bit of that. So that I'll probably do today, and I will probably do the spiders today too, the SPY, and close those, the lower end of the double calendar. Alright, I think that's it for now, for taking a look at that part of it. Let's bring this back up here, go back to our monitor tab, So that's what I'm going to be doing with that. Another thing I wanted to let you know, this Netflix, I did get in on that double calendar. We'll take a look at that one. We'll shut off our... Let's see here. We'll shut these off. Okay. Alright, so here's the... I call this a pre-earnings calendar on Netflix that I made the video about. I am actually in it, and you can see that it has already paid me back for what it cost to get into it, effectively. So we're up 2 cents on this right now. Excuse me. And if we look at, let's see, when's our expiration on this? This is fourth weekend in July, so we'll bring up this one. So this is our standard deviation, and these are our probabilities at expiration of the first strike, which would be, or the first month, which would be the fourth Friday in July. So there is a, if we push this out here, so we're looking at 15 and 5, so that's 20. So we're looking at approximately a 80% probability that this trade will be profitable. But remember, we're just buying time. No, we're selling time is what we're doing, and we're collecting money each day, actually to the tune of $54 here, according to the theta on this particular trade. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on that one as well. Alright, let's go back here and turn the rest of this stuff on. There we go. Alright. Now, let's go to our A+ list. And we will run through our scans. Alright, we're still recording, that's good. Yeah, check that every once in a while. Done some pretty dumb things once. A couple times I recorded and forget to turn on a microphone. Yes, I've done some dumb things. Alright, oops. Bring up our chart here so we can toggle back and forth quickly. Alright, let's take a look at Apple. I got a lot of weird things here set up on Apple. I'm just going to go and say hide simulations. Alright, we have a current trade on Apple, which is, let's make sure we're okay here, which is looking like as though we're doing okay on it. We're above our break even. And we just got a pretty big hook down last week. And last week was kind of a weird week because of the holiday. We'll see how Apple does today. I believe it's up a tad over the close on Friday at the moment. Alright, Amazon. We have nothing in on it right now. We had a target down here. We're not going to hit this target, so we'll just take a pass on it for today. BIDU, nothing at the moment. We did hit our target here. Very nice. Alright, we're putting an alert in here. And we are going to do a bull put on this, so there we go. And we are pretty much fully invested right now too, so it's got to be pretty convincing, or I may have to get out of something else. CELG, we're up $116 on a current trade on that. We would be looking for, well, we just had a trend change here from negative to positive. That's interesting. Everything is pretty much looking up here for CELG. But, you know, being a biotech company, you just never know what's going to happen with that. So we'll keep an eye on that today. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to put an alert up here. Pretty significantly up. Just so I would come and take a look at it. And we need to be at or above. So this is a exit alert, or at least a warning Will Robinson type of alert. CF Industries, this one has a possibility of exiting out of today if I want to get into something else. So that's what I would have to do on this particular one. We're collecting approximately $15 a day on it. Kind of, even though it's a red candle here, it's still finished on the high end of its range. So that one may be also coming back. We're looking for another entry here. We'll just see how it plays out. There's nothing going on with that one right now. Chipotle. It's a bull put trade. Pretty short term, just expiration in July. This is just a couple of week trade here that we got into. No new entries on that one at the moment. Spider's Gold Trust Fund here. We were looking to get in, but I just felt like as though, I know the alert went off on this, but I just felt like as though I would be chasing this, and I was sort of over invested anyway. So I didn't want to add, I didn't want to go above my target for my risk for that trade. So I left it alone. Google. Let's see here. Come on. Okay. This is my counter trend note here. We had a target set down here. Doesn't look like we're going to hit it. We'll still keep an eye on it. No entries on this for a bull put spread. Goldman Sachs. We're in Goldman. Right now we have a put calendar down here. We'll see if Goldman continues to give us signals that its trend might be reversing. Yes, there's definite. Well, we're up here on the weekly MACD short term, but the average is still moving down. But on short term, we're starting to look pretty bullish. So we'll see how this one works out. LinkedIn. We have an iron condor on LinkedIn right now. It's still hanging out in its range. So slightly disturbing move last week. We will continue to just keep an eye on it. I think we have a lot of room here for movement, so I'm not going to worry about it. At least not today, unless there's some sort of astronomical move that it makes. MasterCard, another candidate to exit if we need extra cash to do another trade. And we're looking to get in again back down here on this target. Doesn't look like it's ripe yet. Netflix. Of course, we have we're into put calendar here. What else do we have? And we have a bear call here as well. That is down 137 bucks. We're going to keep an eye on Netflix. I don't know which way this puppy's going to go. We're looking for another entry down here. And a bear call on this is not really the right kind of trade. But we have plenty of time for this to ripen. We got in based on the weekly at that time, so we're going to just hang out on this one and see what happens. Alright, so nothing new for us for Netflix. And on Priceline, we had a target down here looking to do a bull put. Just went right above our trend line here, which was acting as resistance for a while, and now all of a sudden we have a much steeper trend line. Come on, get up there. don't like that, huh? There we go. Now we have a much steeper trend line. So this is a very, price line was just like really consolidating here, and now all of a sudden it's just taken off. So I'm not sure when we'll get down here to hit this target. Panera. It's definitely this resistance trend line here is no longer applicable. So we'll just, I don't think it's actually valid anymore, because we don't really have a trend. So we're just going to take it out of there. So it looks like we're going to be looking, we have a target set down here for a bull put. So we're just going to wait for it to come down there and give us an entry. Tesla, same story, looking for an entry on a bull put, and it's not there yet. And Visa, we're in. We're up 260 out of 435, or so we're a little above 50% on that. So that's another candidate to get out of if we need the cash. And no new targets coming up here, but we could put one down here just to let us know. And I want to sort of put it like that, to say anywhere in there is okay. Alright, that's it for the A+ list. That's it for today. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and happy trading.